Good morning, one and all. Today I am going to explain about the task 1. Before knowing about the task 1, we need to know what is meant by structured query language, why it is useful, what are the commands which we are having in that SQL, and everything we should learn in this video. Okay. Today's contents are SQL language and what are the data types which we are using in the SQL and types of languages are available in the SQL, and we will see what are the task 1 programs. Okay, now SQL is nothing but structured query language. Before knowing about the SQL, we need to know what is the RDBMS. It is a relational database management system which will be based on the relational model introduced by the E of God. In relational model, data is stored in the form of a table or a relation and is represented in the form of a tuples. Relational DBMS is nothing but which will be used to maintain a relationship between the tables. That's the reason we are calling it as a relational database management system. In here, that relational database management system will be maintain the data in the form of a table. Table contain the rows and columns. So, and that relational database is a collection of organized set of tables related to each other and from which data can be accessed easily. Whatever the data will be there, the data we can easily access to by using the relational database. Here some of the examples are there: MySQL, Oracle, MariaDB, PostgreSQL are the examples for the relational DBMS. Here now what why we are learning the SQL now? So we already know the example like if you want to do the C programming language, we need one software that is Turbo C or Turbo C++, any of the language. To do any of the programming, we need one software to do the programming. Like if you want to communicate with the database, we need one language. That language we are calling as a SQL, right? So here we are having the RDBMS. So to communicate with the RDBMS, we need one language. That language we are calling as a SQL. SQL stands for the structured query language, which is the standard used for communicating with the data in an database. Okay, here SQL is and also SQL is also called as sometimes SQL. In before olden days, or we are calling it as a SQL. And it is a standard language for dealing with the relational database. It's used to perform some tasks such as creating a table and inserting data into it, querying and filtering the data, modifying and updating the data. And also we can delete the data or we can delete the table also. For these reasons we are using the structured query language, means we are doing some manipulation on the database. To do that manipulations on the database, we need language that we are calling as a SQL. What type of manipulations we are using? Creating a table and inserting the data into the table, and we may filter the data, we may modify or update, or else we may delete the data, or we may delete the table also. For that reason we are using the SQL language. Here some of the data types which are available in the SQL. Here just like any other programming language, here also we are having the some types of data types in the SQL. One is a number data type, character, varchar or varchar2, date, long ra or long ra, or some of the data types which are available in the SQL. Then we will see each one how it will be useful. It's a number data type. With this number data type is used to store the numerical value of a column or a field. It may be decimal or integer or a real value also. General syntax for that number data type is number of n comma d. N is the number of digits and d is the decimal part. Here if you are taking that simple example, marks is a variable name and number is the data type and 3 is the size of that marks. Okay, here we can store up to 3 digits, right? That is the reason we may take that maximum value is 999. And the next one is to store that real values or decimal values. PCT number of 5 comma 2. 5 is nothing but how many digits is there in that number. 2 is nothing but after the decimal point how many digits are there. That's the reason we are using this number data type. Next one is the character. You know that character data type is used to store the character type of data in a column. General syntax is character of size you can mention. It can hold up to 255 characters. Okay, and the example is name character of 25. 25 is the size of that character. The next, other than character, we are having two more data type like varchar or varchar2. This data type is used to store variable length alphanumeric data, and the syntax is varchar of size or varchar2 of size, where the size represents the maximum number of characters which you can store in that column. It can accept up to 2000 characters. Address of varchar is of 50 is one of the example. Okay, next date data type. Date data type is used to store dates in columns. SQL supports the various date formats other than that the standard DD, month and YY. Okay, we are having that so many data. We will learn in the next classes those ones. And the long one more data type. This data type is used to store variable length strings up to 2 GB size. The next one is the raw, long, raw. To store binary type of data like images, pictures, animation, clips. At that time, we are using the raw or long raw data type. Okay. Next, now here in this one, we are learning how many types of languages are available in the SQL. We already learned that SQL is used to communicate with the a database, right? So to communicate that we are using the SQL language. Here in the SQL, we are having the different types of languages like DDL, DML, DRL, TCL, and DCL. DDL is the data definition language, data manipulation, DRL is data retrieval language, transaction control language, data control language. Here, for each language, we are having some of the commands. By using that commands, we are writing the query and we are getting the output. So, in this video, we are learning that first language, that is the DDL. DDL. Okay, the next. Okay. Well, then we will learn that what is the different types of languages. DDL is a data definition language which will be used to define the structure of a database. DTL contains that tables, database, indexes, views, sequence, and synonyms. Here some of the commands which are available in the DDL: create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, and comment. Data manipulation language. Whenever you are storing the data, whenever you are having the structure of a database, if you want to do the manipulations on that stored data, at that time you are using the data manipulation language. DDL is used for to store the structure or to create the structure, whereas manipulation language is nothing but to manipulate the stored data. At that time we are using the DML. Here some of the commands: select, insert, delete, update. Data control language. This language is used for controlling the access to the data. Commonly we will use two types of controlling language commands: grant and revoke. Transaction control language. This language commands to control the transaction in a database system. Commonly we are having the commit and rollback. Next is the DDL commands. Data definition language is used to define the database structure or a schema. And what are the commands we are having? Here I wrote here: create, alter, drop, rename, truncate, and comment. What is a create command? If you want to create a table or to create an object in a database, we are using the create command. Alter is used to create a structure or to modify the structure of a table. We are using the alter command. Drop command is used to delete the object from the database or to delete the table. Rename is an object. To rename the object, we are using the rename. Truncate command is used to delete the data inside a table but not the table itself. Comment, if you want to give some comments to the given lines, at that time we are using the comment command. Okay, here some how to create a table and what is the syntax and what is the example I wrote here. Okay, so here create table, table name and the column name you have to specify, and the data type, and you have to mention the size of the data column. So at the time how many columns you need, just you have to put the column comma, and you have to you can mention how many columns you need in that table, or else you can write that create table new table as select. You can write like this also. From the table also you can create the new table. Okay, here is one of the example is there. Next, alter command. Alter is used to, just now I said that, to create or sorry, to alter or change the structure of a table. We are using this one. And here are some of the example we are having. That syntax also we provided here, how to alter the table and everything. Okay, drop command, which will be used to remove a table from a database. We are using the drop, and the syntax and that example is also here. Truncate, this truncate removes all the rows from a table, right? Which will not it will delete the data, but the structure remains stable. Structure remains same in the truncate command. Rename and comment, you already know these are the simple how to rename a table, and how to comment a data line in a structure. We already know these all ones. Now we will go for the task one. So we already know that how to create a table syntax, right? Just we are having this task one, create table employee with the following structure. So here it is the one of the question is there. You have to create with this almost how many columns you have to create? 6 columns you have to create with the column name, table name is the EMP. So how you are creating? Create table EMP is the table name. This is the how many columns are there. Those columns you have to mention column name and the data type and the size of that one. And each and every statement in the SQL should end with a semicolon. Then whenever put the semicolon and you press the enter button, the table will be created. Okay. Then next, here is the output, how you get the one. Okay, next one, how to add a column. So after creation of a 6 columns to this table, if you want to go add one more column to the existing table, at that time you have to use the alter command. Alter table emp add commission number of 4. Then it will be added here, commission number of 4 or 6. How much size you are providing, that will be provided there. Okay, next, if you want to modify the length of the column width of a job field, then you can mention alter table emp modify job varchar 2 of 15. Okay, if you want to mention, if you want to change the job size, then at that time you have to use the modify command. Okay, next one is, just now we already know that how to create how we are creating EMP table, just like we are creating the department table also, right? Here is the syntax will be there. Create table department, department number, department name, location and varchar. Okay, here after knowing that, if you want to see whether the table is created with that same structure, describe department, if you press that one, that the output will be occur like this. And add constraint to the, one more question is that add constraint to the employee table, that is employee number as primary key and department number as foreign key. We already learned that primary key and foreign key concept in the first class, right? So just how you are adding the primary key and foreign key in this one. Okay, alter table, table name, add constraint, constraint name, primary key of that column name you have to mention, and alter the table, table name, add constraint, primary key of department name. Means here we are having the master table as well as the child table. For both the table you need one of the primary key, you are mentioning that one, you are creating that one. Okay, after creating the master table, you are applying the foreign key in that one. Alter table emp, add constraint name foreign